Of day TED Talks. My name's Ruth Brady, and I'm the executive advisor at the Real Property Institute of Canada. And I have the pleasure of introducing our guest speaker today. And her name is Aditi Bhowmick, and she's from McCarthy Tétrault LLP. And she'll be telling a story. And with that, I won't waste any more time and hand it over.
Live
Thank you,
from
thank you,
Ottawa,
Ruth.
the Tahiti Show.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I stand in front of you to share a story of innovative transformation in an industry where real estate change was unheard of. My name is Aditi, and I oversee 500,000 square feet of McCarthy Tétrault's real estate portfolio. And it's actually my privilege to program manage transformation of over 150-year-old law firm from a traditional workspace to more progressive, collaborative, and innovative work environment, which reflects our client and our people. So that's the story I'm going to share in next 10 minutes. But before that, let me tell you a little bit about McCarthy Tétrault. We are over 150 years old Canadian law firm, and we provide integrated law services nationally and globally from our offices in Vancouver, Calgary, Montreal, Quebec City, Toronto, New York, and London, England. And we have known pretty much being a bold firm. We're the first law firm to adopt a national model, and again we moved to a corporate structure to enhance our client experience. And even in the real estate, we were the first mover in that industry to kind of go to more hybrid space. Nowadays, corporate real estate is a buzz. We talk about it, it's in all articles, and even the traditional firm, like law firms, are moving and making changes. We all know that one thing is constant in our environment is change. And we, in this globalization and where different generations working under same space, under the same roof, we really need to make sure that we understand their need, expectation, and preference, and kind of change and evolve accordingly. For many of us, change is frightening. It's actually quite fascinating, and I can prove it. From Blockbuster to Netflix, and from hardcore keyboard to one-touch Apple, we really cannot deny it. And in many cases, actually, technology enabled us or helped us to make those changes, and then it becomes part of our life, and we want it in our personal space and in our workspace. And I think corporate real estate is also no different in this sphere. And I'll tell you a quick story, a very quick, fascinating story. I was in Kolkata, India, for my best friend's wedding, and of course she did not time it well. I was in the middle of a biggest project in McCarthy about our Vancouver office space move, which is a kind of a new build. But I could manage to get away for 1 week, and with a promise that I will attend any conference call or any meetings if necessary. So of course my project manager called me, and he was very sensitive about my vacation time, but asked me if I can join a call, which will be like midday in Toronto, where most of my project members were, early morning in Vancouver, where the contractors and suppliers were, very early morning in Australia, where my architect was, and very, very late night in Kolkata, where I was. So I said, absolutely no problem. And I thought, okay, I'll be finishing partying at the wedding and go home and take the call in peace. Of course, if you've ever been to Kolkata or any part of India, you probably know that expected travel time doesn't work as per your expectations. So of course I could not reach home on time to take the call. So I took the call from my car, and I was not driving. I will never dare. But I took the call, and before I even finished saying my name, my CIO asked, "Where are you?" like he could hear all the horns and the cows and the vendors and the cars, like even though I was in a like enclosed car. And so I kind of apologized. I said, I couldn't reach home, but I'll take the call from the car. I used my mobile hotspot and connected through Skype because I wanted to see the slides they were sharing. And to my amusement, I see actually my street there. So our CIO searched in the Google Earth where I was and kind of put that to share with everyone. Anyway, we finished that call seamlessly, connecting 3 continents, 4 different time zones, and 5 different workspaces. Office in Toronto, a contractor site, and Starbucks in Vancouver, a home in Australia, and a car in Kolkata. This kind of story kind of tells us every day kind of our future. It's not even the future, like how our workspace are changing and we're adapting. And this is where probably technology helps us to go there, but it's kind of, they also force us to think differently how our workspace is going to be in the future. So going back to the McCarthy story, when we think about law firm, we do think about big, hierarchical, perimeter offices, dark hoods, and lots of paper. And we were no different. We had big perimeter offices, almost a 1-bedroom apartment without the washroom. It was secluded. You can go days without seeing other people and just looking at the cabinets and storage space. So we knew that we have to change. We knew that we have to be more efficient to compete globally. We have to be more collaborative to drive business results. And we have to be more leading edge in terms of technology. But we didn't want to change for the sake of change. We wanted to make sure that we be a key focus on our strategy and vision and put workspace into it. So we did a nationwide study for 6 months, talked to the people from every sector and understood their need, their fear, their preferences, their comfort and their discomfort. And when we build the workspace, we incorporate all those into it. We wanted to change, we wanted to future-proof our workspace, but we never sway away from our culture and our people. And I believe that's where kind of our success lies. I have been asked many times that is technology changes culture or culture changes technology. And again, it goes hand in hand. But you really have to pay a key focus to your culture when you're adapting to the technology. So what we learned from that workspace study, based on that, we built our new workspace in Quebec City and Vancouver when we signed the new lease, because that made sense for us, and all the other offices will follow. That's a picture from Vancouver on the screen. So what we have done is that we put a 10 by 10 glass offices in the middle, away from the perimeter. And there are workstations in the perimeter, and that gave us a beautiful view and right for light for everyone. We introduced interconnecting, like internal staircase, connecting all the floors to improve the collaboration. And we also wanted to make sure that we provide variety of workspace inside the workspace. We wanted to make sure that we cater different generations, from veterans to millennials, different personality type from introvert to extrovert, and different work need from solo work to collaborative work. So what we have done, we have patios in every corner of the floor. We have Starbucks style table. We have small coffee, tea point, and big cafeteria for the collaborative work, for the teamwork. But as well as we also have booth, quiet rooms, and secluded area for our more confidential work, for our confidential phone calls and more solo work. We also took this opportunity to work with our tech team to provide options or choices to our people. So we gave them 7 different laptops to choose from. We introduced Apple products based on their preferences, and we have Skype for Business for video chatting, coast to coast and globally, as well as a complete mobile phone system. There are 2 other things we paid really big attention to. One was health and wellness of our people. Seat to stand desk, right for light for everyone. A central location accessible to public transport, and a gym inside the building or very close by. For our environment, instead of personal printers, we actually went to MFP. This actually reduced our print volume 35%, along with the 2 monitors we gave everyone. We reduced our storage 50% and worked with the suppliers who gave us more eco-friendly and environment-friendly product. So all of this, we kind of work together. And again, we're learning and evolving on a constant basis. Just an example, for our library, we reduced the size significantly because we don't need that kind of printed books anymore where knowledge is at our fingertips. So we reduced the size. Again, this was a pretty new in the law firm and pretty cutting edge. But after the project, we also learned that we can do better. So basically, what we have seen that old static hierarchical model will probably not there anymore. We need to learn and evolve on a regular basis. We didn't have like a Netflix or Uber in our corporate real estate to disruption like that to turn us upside down, but we do have disruption like WeWork and Liquid Space. WeWork is a US $20 billion company right now in 7 years and 10 million square feet. So when we talk about Canada 150 and beyond, or even globally on the real estate, we do have to keep those in mind. As long as how the artificial intelligence will affect us in the real estate space, because we know that all those jobs which is routine will be done by machines and more strategic work will be done by human. So maybe we need real estate to reduce in one space and probably increase in one space. So I believe the flexibility and being nimble, it's probably the key when we design our workspace. I will finish up with this one. I know that many of you have probably heard or seen a Delight space, which is basically a beautiful space with unassigned seating. And that works perfectly for them because most of their employees are not in the office most of the time. For us, our people are actually come to the office. So we do have dedicated workspace for more collaboration and mentorship. And that works for us. So at the end, I just want to say there is no one solution or one right solution. There is myriad of solutions available. We just have to know our people, our culture, and be brave enough and bold enough to take some bold new steps and go towards the future, and the future which makes sense for us. Thank you.